back to GMNC this morning. In studio with me is Tony Subramony, and we're chatting one of my favorite topics, freedom. Welcome back, Tony.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you back.
Yeah, good to be back.
And we're talking all things free.
Yes.
So tell us.
Well, going back, we just celebrated Freedom Day.
Right.
And we had the honor of celebrating 28 years of being so-called free in the country. And I remember this day with great, joy, and it was such a wonderful day, 27th of April, 1994, when I was the presiding officer and we had the first general elections for the government of national unity. But I'm not talking about that freedom today. We all sat there down around the table those days. We said, we're looking forward to freedom of speech and freedom of movement and freedom of honor, all our human rights.
Right.
And if we continue looking at all of that, then we're going to become very, very disillusioned, and we're going to remain disillusioned. I'm not talking about that freedom. I'm talking about the freedom that we as individuals should be enjoying. And are we locked up in a prison? We're not enjoying our own freedom. And this freedom I'm talking about is due to the fact that we haven't really allowed ourselves to let go of all the old habits and the old practices that we've held on to, the paradigm shift that I'm talking about,
Right.
And that's what is all the freedom about. Because if you look at the outside world, as I said, it's all about disillusionment and disappointment and everything else that's going on. But I want to encourage the viewers to look back and take sense of where we are in terms of our own freedom. Where are we held back on? Are we still holding on to the manager that screamed at us 2 years ago? Are we still holding on to resentment out of a broken marriage or a broken relationship? Are we still holding on to what our great-grandfather said in many, many years ago, and we're holding on to that? We're so conditioned to believe that we only have certain highlights in our life.
Right.
And once we experience those highlights, it's not going to happen again. And that's so untrue. There's so much more to look forward to.
So the freedom you're talking about is the freedom the internal freedom,
yes,
right?
Yes,
that's the one we're talking
internal
about.
freedom
The
is
one that we can actually control.
Yes. We have the potential to control. We have the potential to really expand on that day. Because if we continue looking at the outside world and the freedom there, it's not going to be possible to manage that. And I want to encourage the viewers to look at ways and means of how we actually look at our old habits.
Right.
Are we looking at validation from the world outside? Are we continuing to look at validation from social media? And I talked about that some time ago, the number of likes we're getting. And is that really encouraging us or discouraging us? What about our own self-validation that we say, listen, I'm awesome, I'm absolutely beautiful, and that's who I am.
Right.
Right? Are we holding on to the resentment that I mentioned as well too? Are we holding on to the kind of procrastination? I'll do it now and I'll do it then, and how long have we kept going with these kind of things, and I'll get it done soon. When it comes to addiction, it comes to changing our lifestyle, comes to all the other important decisions in life. I want to go into business, I'll do that next year. That kind of a thing.
So we kind of keep ourselves trapped in our own prisons.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we trapped in our own prisons, and this prison that we've actually created for ourselves is amazing because the key is on the inside, not on the outside.
That's a good one.
So I want to encourage the viewers to turn that key. Open that gate right now and look at your freedom being right outside those walls that you built around us. Okay? And when we look at that, we're going to be able to look at validation in a different way. We're going to look at our goals in such a different way. We're going to look at our results in a different way. For those viewers who are happy with the results, keep going. You're doing well. But many of us are not happy with the results we have, either with our health, our relationships, our finances, our well-being, all of that thing.
Right.
So we need to look at all those areas and say, what decision am I going to take today that is going to set me free? And that is important for us to actually look at, rather than having to look at the world around us and what freedom has offered us. It's an inside job, not an outside job. And that's my message for the viewers. So I want to ask them this weekend to take time to look at whether we're going to open that prison door now, and what are we prepared to release ourselves from. That's the message.
That's such an epic message, Tony. I mean, oftentimes we do keep ourselves in these prisons,
Yes.
and we don't even realize what's holding us back.
Yeah. And with all that has happened recently, we tend to become so used to the old habits that we've held on to. And we've got to make sure that we continue working on letting those go. It's serving no purpose anymore. It's serving no purpose.
Awesome. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that message, and take time to see what you're releasing this weekend, as Tony invited you to do so. Stay tuned. We have lots more in store for you here on GMNC.